Hey guys, here we are back again on the channel, and we are live on VATSIM, and it's still the event, and I'm going to try to do better this time. It's going today from Düsseldorf over to Dortmund. Quick flight, short one today with a departure, which is the GMH1T departure, and then the GMT transition. From there, we're just going to have 2 waypoints and pick up the ILS of runway 24. That's what we plan for. We have enough fuel, so that should be okay. Let's get all the doors closed. So that should be okay. Make sure everybody knows we're in the plane. Nav lights can come on, and we'll hit the battery. Some lights in the cockpit. Listen to ATIS and listen to VATSIM. So, map. Is there an ATC on? There an ATIS is on here in Düsseldorf. Let's listen to that.
No significant changes.
Oh,
Information Sierra. Out.
Okay, that's a little bit weird.
Düsseldorf Information Sierra. Met report time 13550. Expect vectors for ILS approach. Arrival runway in use 23 right. Departure runway in use 23 left. When passing 2,000 feet, contact landing radar on 121.355. Transition level 60. Wind 150 degrees 7 knots. Variable between 090 and 190 degrees. Time okay. Temperature 23. 2.10. QNH 1022. Trend.
1022.
No significant.
Okay, 1022, and we are going to Dortmund, so we'll enter that. We are using the GM1HT, and it's the Gamminghausen 1 Tango. Gamminghausen.
1 for Tango Papa, this was delivery. Guten Abend. Information. Guten Tag. Information Sierra is current. Cleared Palma de Mallorca. Motor 2 Tango departure. Flight plan route. Climb via at 5,000 feet. Squawk 1357.
121355.
Clear to Palma via the
Okay.
Motor 2 Tango departure. Climbing 5,000 feet and squawk 1357. Ocean 14 Tango Papa.
Ocean 1 for Tango Papa, readback is correct. Startup approved. For pushback, contact ground 121605. Bye bye.
For pushback 11605. Ocean 1 Tango Papa. Bye.
Düsseldorf delivery November 24 Alpha Lima. Good evening over at the GA with Sierra. IF4 to Dortmund.
November 2 for Alpha Lima, Düsseldorf delivery. Guten Abend. Guten Tag. Information Sierra is current. Clears Dortmund. Gamminghausen 1 Tango departure. Flight planned route. Climb 5,000 feet. Squawk 1000.
Here to Dortmund by the Gamminghausen 1 Tango departure. Flight plan route. Climb 5,000 and squawking 1000 November 2 for Alpha Lima.
November 2 for Alpha Lima, readback is correct. Startup approved. For taxi, contact ground 121605. Bye bye.
Startup approved and then to ground 121605 November 2 for Alpha Lima. Thanks. Cool, so we set that in the box, flight plan, menu. We will import that from SimBrief, you know this drill from other times. Load that in. So EDDL Düsseldorf, we have the GMH1T departure, and it's going to be runway 23 left, which is okay. And then we get 5,000 in the autopilot, and 1,000 is squawked already. So that is pretty much that.
Delivery, Moin, Shamrock 69.
Stand Victor 39 Alpha via Lima 5 and Tango.
So we can start up the plane.
Lima 5 and Tango,
first
stand
comes
Victor 39
first,
Alpha, Hermann Cargo
RPM to the max, then we'll hit strobes and navs is already on. Ignition will come to auto, then we will set the aux fuel pump to on, and next thing will be hit the starter. Watching NG, and I try to do what VATSIM told us to do. Just don't move the head so quickly around because it's so nervous otherwise.
Bravo 10, request pushback.
Lufthansa 1609 Düsseldorf, hello, I call you, one more inbound to come.
So stabilize, low idle, watching the ITT, not to over temp here. We are not happy to be over 840, and if it's over 1000 degrees maximal, 8 seconds I think, or 10 seconds. Waiting for 50%. Now we're going to high idle. And at this stage we can turn the the aux fuel pump to auto, fuel selector to auto, starter is not needed anymore, and then we'll just turn on all the gyro instruments, and strobes will turn on later on. Taxi lights because we're soon taxiing.
1622, hello, when clear of aerologic 777, pushback, cruise, face east.
Avionics master.
Push approved, face east, when cleared for the
and then the ECS system, air condition on,
Ground,
lead
hello,
to high,
Scandinavian 162 Tango.
fan flow auto, and we are ready to go, guys.
Scandinavian 162 Tango, Düsseldorf, hello, I call you. Eurowings 27 Bravo, gate Bravo 09 is now occupied, taxi gate Bravo 11.
So what are we doing
Bravo
today?
11, Eurowings 27 Bravo.
Let's just quickly
Scandinavian
look.
162 Tango, extend Victor 82 Alpha via Mike and Lima 7.
Victor 82 Alpha via Mike and Lima 7, Scandinavian 162 Tango, thanks.
So Mike is the one we're going to taxi on. So either it's going to be, oh my god, why is it loading so
Station
slowly?
again.
So either hotel or golf. If it's
Lufthansa
golf, it's going
24
to be direct
Düsseldorf,
golf.
hello, taxi gate Alpha, taxi gate Alpha 02 via
Either golf and hold
Mike
short
and Papa
Lima
1.
9 and then Mike. And we will be able to do a Lima 4 in this intersection departure, or even Lima 3. We can tell them that. Or otherwise, he'll tell us to go to hotel and then Lima 9. Düsseldorf ground, November 2 for Alpha Lima. Good evening, over at the GA, ready for taxi.
November 2 for Alpha Lima, hello, Roger. Lufthansa 24 at Lima 7, your number 2 behind opposite direction. Scandinavian A350.
Volvo at Lima 7,
November 24 Alpha Lima, runway 23 left, taxi via Golf, Mike, Lima 1.
Golf, Mike, Lima 1 to holding point 23 left, November 2 for Alpha Lima. Golf, Mike, and Lima 1. And ground November 2 for Alpha Lima would be able Lima 4 or Lima 3 intersection departure.
Roger, Tower will let you know.
Roger. So, tower. That was the Stichwort. The tower is going to be 118305. Let's do that so we're all prepared. And yeah, why don't we take this baby for a spin? Okay, taxi lights are on. Parking brake can come off. And let's go. Take a left here.
Lufthansa 24 country with taxi Mike.
Affirmed.
So we got the QNH set, we got the altitude set. And where is Golf? Should be over here. So, oh, here's Golf. Yep, there's Golf. So, Lima 9 is coming up here, crossing our way, but we will continue on Mike. And we'll pin our aircraft, so he's following us. Perfect. And probably he'll tell me hold short of something like Lima 8 or so. Or he's holding short.
Ground 83 Kilo, just clear 33 left.
Scandinavian 83 Kilo, good afternoon. Stand Victor 91 Alpha, taxi via Mike and Lima 9, give way to the TBM passing provided.
Okay.
Taxi stand. Victor 91 Alpha, Mike
via Mike Lima 9 will hold short at TB9, TBR9, Scandinavia Tequila.
Well, let's be fast here so that doesn't have to wait for too long for me.
Düsseldorf ground, Swiss 19 X-ray, hello, stand Bravo 01, request.
This is a big one, huh?
Swiss 19
It's,
X-ray,
A350.
hello, pushback.
Looks like A350, right?
Between Papa 4, Papa 3.
Oh no, it's a Dreamliner, sorry, it's a Boeing 787.
Pushback approved, phase
Really nice
Papa
looking
4
plane
and
there.
Papa 3, Swiss 19 X-ray.
And we have the Eurowings, we got an EasyJet, we got Lufthansa Eurowings, and there's
Good
a Swiss somewhere there as well.
6904 and Charlie 04 request for start.
Shamrock 694, hello, push approved, face north.
Okay, pre-departure checklist, Laftica. Landing lights, we will turn on now. It's not correct, but we do it anyway. Then flaps to takeoff, it is set, trims are set.
So from the 1609,
Icing should be no issue today, I think.
West.
CAS messages are lit off, and
Pushback approval, Charlie 1609.
avionics and autopilot is set, so we're
November
ready.
2 for Alpha Lima, contact tower 118305.
118-305, November 2 for Alpha Lima, so long. Düsseldorf Tower, November 2 for Alpha Lima, good evening on Mike Able Lima 4, intersection departure.
2 for Alpha Lima, hello. Airways 1 Papa Kilo, wind 150 degrees 7 knots, runway 23 right, clear to land.
Clear to land, runway 23 right, Eurowings 1 Papa Kilo.
Hotel Papa Lima, cross runway 23 left, hold short of Mike. And contact ground 121.605.
Cross 23 left, short Mike 121.605 for Lima, cheers.
And for Alpha Lima, Lima 4 is approved, hold short, caution line up 23 left, and wait, reporter ready.
Via Lima 4, line up through 2-3 left, and I'll report when ready, November 2 for Lima. So, okay, so we'll line up there, and the approach is going to be which one? He said something before about 21355. Not there, 21355. So Lima 4 is here. We'll line up. Final is clear, and we'll line up on the runway. 2-3 left. Cool. It's going fast here today. Not sure which approach controller it's going to be. According to the
Lufthansa 245, request frequency change.
It's going to be 121355. Do we have that 121355? I can't find it. 121355. I just can't
Papa
find
Lima,
it.
contact ground 11605.
1213. Oh, I just said it. 11355.
What hit frequency?
Lufthansa 245, request frequency change.
Yeah, 255 is in the 8 is 128.555.
Tower November 2 for Lima, lined up and fully ready.
Wings 5449, wind 150 degrees 7 knots, runway 23 right, clear to land.
23 right, clear to land, wings 5449.
1 Papa Kilo, hold short of 23 left.
Hold short of 23 left, Eurowings 1 Papa Kilo.
2 for Alpha Lima, wind 150 degrees, not disregard,
go.
incoming traffic 23 right, delay 1 minute.
We wait. And in the meantime, you can listen to somebody talking about cardiology. Why not? If it gets boring.
The actual title as it was presented is long-term anticoagulation discontinuation.
This is Valentin Fusser. He's a really good guy. He's a legend in cardiology.
AF randomized clinical trial. Presented by Dr. Deborah Kim from Seoul, and paper actually has been submitted to JAMA. Let's see what the question is.
And this guy's summarizing the cardiology meeting in Madrid just last week.
For how long you keep anticoagulants? And I will tell you, there is no consensus. Even if you go to guidelines, because the patients can be at high risk for thromboembolism, at low risk, Anyway, this is
Alpha Alpha Lima with 15 degrees 7 knots, runway 23 left, cleared for takeoff.
Runway 23 left, clear for takeoff, November 25 Lima. Okay, let's go. Takeoff power is set. We'll try to hold the center line here. It is windy. There's a crosswind from the left side, so I have to push my right rudder to keep the center line. Looking for 85 knots, and that stage we will rotate. 80, 85, and rotate. Okay, positive rate, then we will tap the brakes and get the gear up. Waiting for 110 knots, and at that stage flaps can come up. We'll do that. 850 mode on. Watch that torque. And you're on. We're ready. Cool. Bye bye, Düsseldorf.
Wings 5449, continue cross runway 23 left, contact ground 121.6.
So what about contacting departure? When passing 2000, contact long radar, which is going to be 121345, I guess. We'll see.
Düsseldorf Tower, hallo, ZTR von Anna Kilo.
Von Anna Kilo, Servus 150 degrees 7 knots, 23 right, clear to launch.
Switzerland, 23 right, von Anna Kilo.
Let's wait, maybe gives us handover. Let's just wait. Oh, actually it says in the 80s, right? Weather, 80s, VATSIM. When passing 2001 to 1355. Okay, perfect, so we'll do that.
Arrival 128655, goodbye.
128655, another 025, thank you.
Long and radar, November 25 Lima. Good evening, 2500, climbing 5000.
November 24 Alpha Lima Lang, good afternoon, identified, climb level 110.
Up to level 110, November 25 Lima. So, 110. And transition altitude is 5000.
Delta 130, we're experiencing a WASM crash. I need to disconnect, sorry about that.
And we will set standard now, actually, even though we should wait for 5000.
Bravo, Yankee descent altitude 2500 feet, QNH 1022. Out of Lima, you're cleared for the RMP runway 09.
So,
Lima clear for RMP 09, altitude 2500 feet, QNH 1022, Ryan is dropping
Yankee. To evaluate whether discontinuation of oral anticoagulants could lead to fewer adverse events.
Arrival, good evening. Sierra Echo Hotel. We are descending back level 100. The information here on board.
In patients.
Sierra Lima Hotel, good afternoon, identified. Direct Delta Lima 455, straight in.
Direct Delta Lima 455, Sierra Lima Hotel.
255, contact Langen 135650, goodbye.
Bye bye, Düsseldorf.
650, control.
So before we look at any YouTube videos, let's make sure we got everything set for the arrival over in
Sorry, can we expect some
Dortmund.
shortcut for point Lima Victor 303
So this is the departure.
Could be more useful for us.
Take us via Delta Lima 241 over to GMH, which is a Gamminghausen VR, and then left turn over to Ademi. And probably it's going to give us vectors before, because we have here the 80s.
Again.
Oh no.
I was asking you if you can
Dortmund went
to
offline.
point Lima
No,
Victor 303 can be more easily for us to do the
Or
final
maybe,
approach.
maybe they're changing.
Yes, approved.
Thank you. Direct to Lima Victor 303, Ryan 6 Bravo Yankee.
Oh, that is great stuff. So, see if anybody's online there. EDLV. It's looking grim, guys.
Level 070, Sierra Lima Hotel.
Okay, so we'll just actually stick with the controller. In that case, also good. Then, expecting runway 24, and we'll set that on the flight plan. Dortmund, low procedure, approach, and runway 24. It's gonna be vectors, so okay. So we're taking a left turn here on the long legs.
Sierra Lima Hotel, contact Düsseldorf arrival on 128655, goodbye.
Arrival 128655, thank you, bye-bye, Sierra Lima Hotel.
Düsseldorf arrival, hello, Northflight 60263, 17245
Northflight 6026, good afternoon, descent flight level 110, leave Big Moo heading 050.
What about the chat? Anybody in the chat? Probably nobody. Nobody.
Flight 6026, negative, heading out of Big Moo is 050.
Out of Big Moo heading 050, Northflight 6026.
So coming into Dortmund, it's going to be ILS 1113. We set that in active. Then it's going to be a final course at 239, runway 24. So the final course here is going to be 239. It says here on the ILS DME. Set that as well. 239, 2324, and then 1 minus, and we're 239. Perfect. And then CF24 will be at 4,000, and then the final fix is going to be at 3,000. So final fix is going to be El Bull 3,000, and then there we're going to hit the glide slope and join the localizer and land on runway 24. And too bad Dortmund went offline. There's nothing to do about that. It's always like that. You're streaming and then shit happens. Just have a look again.
November 24 for Lima, direct Ademi.
Direct Ademi, November 24 Lima. So we're going direct Ademi, which is here. Ademi, hit that. Then go direct Ademi, activate.
Northflight 60260, descent flight level 070.
So Ademi, we're going directly to Ademi and then taking a left here for the vectors. But there is, well, there is a controller, but the tower is gone. Well, just check again.
Maintain your rate of descent 2,500 or greater until passing flight level 101.
Ah, look at that. He's still on. Thank God he's still on. Okay, was lucky. Cool. He's still on. So then, 8 is, theoretically 8 is, should be there again.
28 Kilo Bravo, hello, identified, direct Delta Lima 455, descent 80.
455, descending level 80, 28 Kilo Bravo.
So Valentin, what are you saying?
Without documented atrial fibrillation recurrence for at least 12 months. My understanding, Chief, is that the patients for 12 months didn't have atrial fibrillation. And then is the moment that anticoagulants are stopped.
Essex Bravo Yankee, when established, contact tower 129-405, have space landing.
The approach. So we'll
contact tower 129.405, Ryan, Essex Bravo Yankee, thanks for the service, bye-bye.
Essex Bravo Yankee, when established, on final.
This was an investigator-initiated multi-center open-label randomized trial involving 18 hospitals in Korea. A total of 840 patients aged 19 to 80 years who had at least
just realized yesterday that this one has changed. It's not the V path anymore. It's a VNAV button there. So I'm not sure what that means. Does that mean?
Contact arrival 128-655.
Ah, so the next active VNAV constraint would be Ademi 7100, and it shows me directly what I have to do to get there. Okay. Oh no, BS required. This is how much further down it is, which is not really feet per minute. BS required. Don't really get it. So from now at least it's 550 feet per minute, and top of descent is going to be in 4 minutes. Yeah, well, this is what I take from this, but it's not VNAV enabled, I think, this plane, right? Or would he actually descend by himself? Guess we can try that, see what happens. Probably controller is going to give us a descent before.
One non-gender stroke risk factor as determined by the CHATS bus, and no documented recurrence of atrial fibrillation for at least 12 months post-ablation, and they were enrolled in a randomized fashion to be continued on anticoagulants, or anticoagulants were stopped. What were the primary endpoint? Well, before let's discuss what anticoagulants were used. Actually, apixaban.
Canadian 162 identified, climb flight level 190.
Apixaban for about 20 milligrams daily, and if the patient had reached the dose, would decrease. Now, the primary endpoint is important. Stroke, systemic embolism, and measure bleeding at 24
There's our top of descent.
A total of 417 patients were assigned to receive no oral anticoagulants, and 423 to receive oral anticoagulants, which is continuation. The CHATS bus score is really because it was only 2.1. So I say this because these are not patients I would consider.
Dial 1020, good afternoon, direct Delta Lima 455.
We have the data. The group with no anticoagulants.
Good day, Lufthansa 415 with you.
The other group on anticoagulants.
First feedback dial 1020, please.
A little bit the opposite.
Feedback for gauge at 20.
The rate is very, very low.
1020 unreadable, please confirm, direct Delta Lima 455.
Systemic embolism was similar in both groups. Measure bleeding was
Directing Lima 455 gauge at 1020.
Lufthansa 415, good afternoon,
really
identified, climb flight level 190.
Climb flight level 900, Lufthansa 415.
Lufthansa 415, flight level
Probably really boring for everybody that isn't interested in cardiology.
Sorry, 190, Lufthansa 415.
November 24 Alpha Lima, call Langen 135650, bye bye.
135650, November 2 Papa Lima, bye bye. 135650.
Lufthansa 415, confirm climb via SID or open climb?
16, Canadian 816, hello, identified. Cleared helmet 23 transition, descent flight level 240.
Cleared helmet 23 transition, descent flight level 240. And 816.
Lufthansa 422, Lang Radar, hello, identified. Cleared Domux 23 transition, proceed direct Domux.
No readback. Long and good evening, November 24 Lima, flight level 110 inbound Ademi.
November 24 Alpha Lima, hello, identified. Continue present heading, ILS 24.
Present heading, ILS 24, November 24 Lima. So, present heading. Heading on. Localizer is already activated.
Sorry, that was unreadable. Second, please.
Sorry, we had a problem with our microphone. Can you see what you set up?
Cleared Domux 23 transition, proceed direct Domux.
Direct Domux.
Before 521, proceed direct Delta Lima 455.
Proceed direct Delta Lima 455 is correct.
November 24 Alpha Lima, descent flight level 90.
Down to flight level 90, November 24 Lima.
Before 521, contact Lang Radar 128555, bye bye.
128 again, the decimal please.
Decimal 555.
128 555 is correct, one, ciao.
Canadian 816, descent flight level 100.
Descent flight level 100, Canadian 816.
And 1.4%.
Canadian 1622, hello, identified. Climb flight level 240.
Well, here are the conclusions. among atrial fibrillation patients with no documented recurrence of atrial fibrillation after catheter ablation, no oral anticoagulation treatment resulted in a low risk of composite stroke, systemic embolism, or mesha bleeding than patients that were treated with anticoagulants. Well, the question that I have, and I am asking you because you have been involved.
The 422 descent flight level 100.
Is that these patients are at a low risk. So if I have a patient that chats past 4, 5, or 6, would I discontinue anticoagulants at 1 year? Before you answer this question, tell us about this study. What is your reaction?
Thank you for that, Dr. Fuster. I think in all the cardiologists...
November 24 Alpha Lima, descent 4000 feet, KNH, Dortmund 1023.
Down to 4000, KNH 1023, November 24 Lima. So 4000.
Lange Lufthansa 5 Golden 5 Apostle Flight for 187.
Lufthansa 5 Golf November, hello, identified. Report requested level.
850 more off, we don't need that anymore.
5 Golf November, Roger, fly heading 340.
Fly heading 340, 5 November.
So, let's set tower frequency. And calm.
The 422 proceed direct Delta Lima 455.
Oh, did he go offline? No. Cool, okay, he's there. Okay, good stuff.
Langrada Gude, Conrad 9061, flight level 26842, fast about half
From 9061, Langrada, hello, identified. Direct Domux, cleared Domux to 3 transition.
Direct Domux, cleared Domux to 3 transition, from 9061.
Symptoms of the arrhythmia itself. And if you ask patients what is their biggest issue with quality of life, the second highest
the 422 confirm returning
is the use of anticoagulants. So, and it turns out the way we looked at this is how cardiologists look at it, and that is the
422 turn left heading 290.
Stroke. And I would actually start off with what has guided our practice and perhaps the whole field is the great editorial that you and Jim Cheeseclough wrote in the 90s, which is atrial fibrillation should be seen as a risk marker for stroke and not a cause of stroke. So that is our overall approach of how we approach the patient. So at the outset, I'd like to say that the risk of thromboembolism is highly determined by all the pre-existing conditions, and the patient should be looked at holistically. So, and
the 5 Golf November climbs at about 300.
This study is
thank you, 5 November.
A group of patients in whom most people in practice would be comfortable not anticoagulating the patient. So it sort of completes the story, but it's not dramatically changing pre-existing practice, at least in academic
centers. I have a question though, following. Okay, I have a patient with a CHATS pass 2, now I have a patient with a CHATS pass 2.
If you look at the 5 Golf November, stop climb level 240 and you will get a descent pretty early.
Okay, 240 as the final level and expect an early descent, 5 Golf November.
So we're going to turn left soon. Going to give me a left turn right now, I think.
The 422 connect arrival 128555, bye-bye. November 24 Alpha Lima, turn left heading 280.
Left heading 280, November 25 Lima.
Connor 9061, descent flight level 140.
Descent flight level 140, Connor 9061.
That's the 5 Golf November, direct Romeo Kilo November.
Direct Reckon, 5 November.
Skinny 816, connect arrival 128555, bye-bye.
Arrival 128555, schönen Abend noch.
Skinny 1622, connect Rhein, correction connect Math, 22185, bye-bye. 122185.
Where is Dortmund? I can't see it. Ah, there it is. Beautiful views here from the window of my TBM at 50. November 25 Lima.
129, contact Lang Radar 127365, bye-bye. Lang Radar 17365, you remain 129, until not true.
Yeah, hello, Orange 8 Uniform Foxtrot, flight level 30 inbound, Lima Papa 104.
With 8 Uniform Foxtrot, Lang Radar identified, climb flight level 130. Stand 2, 120, EDDL for Foxtrot.
Now it's us.
Radar, schönen guten Nachmittag. Gravity 1 to Echo,
Not yet in
departing
that
from
case.
Osnabrück 2 uniform. Gravity 1 to Echo, hello, identified. Climb flight level 230. 230 for Gravity 1 to Echo.
So you want to clear me, or you want to just let me fly through the localizer here? Because I'm going to do that soon.
November 24 Alpha Lima, descend 3000 feet, cleared ILS runway 24.
Down to 3000, cleared ILS, runway 24, November 24 Lima. So I'm going to do a not so steep
9061, descend flight level
approach here.
100. Descend flight level 100, Connor 961.
So we're going to capture the glide slopes soon here. Perfect. What about in Dortmund? Where are we going? I don't think I've been here for quite a while, or not sure if ever. Where is the GA? I have no clue where the GA is. We'll see. So we will just exit via Lima here as soon as we... Oh no, probably it's Bravo, right? So we have captured the localizer, and the glide slope should be captured soon as well. He's gonna hand me over the tower. Yeah, it's Bravo. We're established. So, approach and glide slope is captured. Cool.
7 would compel me to continue or consider continuation of the anticoagulation. As Shiv said, it's holistically the risk, the underlying risk. So what resulted in that high risk if you were to add heart failure to...
Radar November 2 for Lima, established ILS 24.
November 2 for Alpha Lima, contact Münster, question connect Dortmund Tower on... exit net via contact. Connect Tower 134180, so.
134180, November 2 for Lima, so long. Dortmund Tower, November 2 for Lima, good evening, ILS 24.
November 2 for Alpha Lima, Dortmund Tower, hello, wind 040 degrees, 5 knots, runway 24, clear to land.
Runway 24, clear to land, November 2 for Lima. Okay, lamps take off.
With Tuna Bravo, could you please repeat the
Gear down.
That's which one?
It's 125,
Then, before landing checklist, or short one, please land quietly friend, drop RPM to the max. Flaps will come to full, now take off. QNH is set local, yes we have that, and tank to the fullest we have, it's actually equal, so we don't have to do anything there. Yeah, we're ready. Yaw damper we can turn off, we have 3 greens and we are good to go.
To that, I certainly will be continuing it. So it's the LV, the structure, as well as the comorbidities, the age of the patient.
We are in agreement, actually.
Absolutely.
Flaps full.
Do you have any comments?
Yeah, I'm in agreement with everything you just said, but what I'm nervous about is with 800 patients and such a low event rate, to be so sure that this is a definitive answer. You would need much larger numbers of patients for a longer period of time. But with a low CHADS-VAS score, I think you're in a good, safe space.
Yeah, this is a low score.
Yeah.
You know, and that's it.
So I'm not sure.
What do you think?
I think it's safe to do it in a low CHADS-VAS score, but you know, if the CHADS-VAS score is high, why not close the appendage?
Well, I think it's interesting. One thing I can say though, if the patient has a score of 2,
it's a weird localizer holding here. Turn off the autopilot. Not doing a great job here, I have to say.
Well, it seems to me that we are all in agreement with this study. Well, now let's move into the second range of fibrillation. and see if we are continuing to be in agreement or in disagreement. For a long time, I think for the last 4 or 5 years, I see article after article, and that is, you look at your watch every morning, and you look at, oh, atrial fibrillation, I'm in big trouble, anticoagulants and so forth. Well, this is the question. The question is, should we do some kind of testing ourselves, maybe with your watch, if you're having atrial fibrillation or not, and if you have atrial fibrillation, then to go into the anticoagulation. This is the paper actually.
8 knots from behind, perfect.
A large number of patients, so-called Amalfi study. The title, Remote Screening to Asymptomatic Atrial Fibrillation, the AMALET randomized clinical trial, the Amalfi randomized clinical trial. Well, it is interesting. This paper comes from the group in Oxford. It was presented by Dr. Bowman. And the question is very simple. Basically,
welcome to Dortmund, guys.
A group of patients or the individuals who are at relatively high risk.
And we'll take a left on Bravo right away.
You put a device and you look for atrial fibrillation in the first 2 weeks. And then if you have atrial fibrillation, what about a couple of years later? Are you going to have atrial fibrillation
hit the brakes here.
Again? Compared with a group that you do nothing. And 2.5 years later, do you have atrial fibrillation? So you are comparing a group that you are obsessive about it with a group that you are not obsessive at all. That's the story. Well, let's now go.
We're clear of the runway. See what it gives us now. Tower November 24 Lima, cleared runway 24 at Bravo.
November 24 Alpha Lima, taxi to the GAT via Lima and Kilo.
Lima, Kilo to the GAT November 24 Lima. Where's the GAT? So, well, Lima and Kilo is here. I guess here, huh? So we'll go straight and then take a right, almost a U-turn, and then go to Kilo and then to the GAT. Yes! Valentin, what are you saying?
Of the study. These are randomized controlled trial, recruiting from 27 UK primary care practices. The study ran from
taking
May
right here on
2019
Lima
to February of 2022. All eligible individuals aged more than 65 years with a chest pass which was equal or more than 3 or 4, 3 men, 4 women. So this is the risk was a little bit higher than on the previous
And we'll
study.
go Lima and then Kilo to the left on the
Previous
GAT.
history of atrial fibrillation or flutter were identified via automated electronic health record.
Not too spectacular this flight.
Of the 22,000
Pretty quiet.
They were invited. 22% accepted. We see about over 5,000. They were randomized in the way I presented.
Anybody in the
One
chat?
group for 14 days.
No.
Continuous monitoring.
What are you doing here, guy?
Nothing. And the question is, what happened 2.5 years later? And actually, to go straight
So
to
here's
the
the
answer,
GA.
nothing much. Actually, 4.2% atrial fibrillation clinically developed in the group that actually was monitored versus 6.8%
And that's where we're going.
6.8% in the group that was monitored versus 5.4% on the other. Now, this is interesting because of these 5,000 people, the half of them that were monitored, the atrial fibrillation that was detected was only in 4%, despite of a relatively high risk for atrial fibrillation. But at the end of 2.5 years, no difference whether you were monitored or you were not.
And there's somebody's waiting for us.
This is a study of a
Perfect.
number of studies showing the same thing, in that is we are very hyper in knowing who's going to have atrial fibrillation, but at the very
Yeah,
end,
we are hyper
we
about
achieve
that.
very
You're right.
little. and I don't present data on anticoagulants. You know, the group that were monitored who had atrial fibrillation were on anticoagulants, the other group, some were, some not, and there was no much difference.
Okay,
So
guys,
here
welcome
are
to
the
Dortmund.
conclusions.
Hope you liked the flight. It's a quick one, nothing special.
Male-based AF screening because they returned the patch.
Bye bye, Valentin. See you next time.